Alright, welcome back again. So Igbo Forest, please, if it's your first time of coming across my video, watching my video, please, I want you to do me a favor, like and subscribe, drop your comments. So without wasting much of time, today I want to briefly share with you what I'm currently looking at on USDJPY. So without wasting much of our time, as we usually do, one thing I want to do in the market is, first of all, I want to come to the higher time frame to be able to figure out the exact direction the strength of the market is really pushing to. So now let's closely look at the chart of USDJPY from the weekly time frame. So the first thing I said I want to do here is I want to come to the weekly time frame to be able to figure out the direction the strength of the market is really pointing to. Now, from the weekly structure, what we can see here is we had a push. Without wasting much time, I just go straight to what the current market structure is. What is the current market structure? Now, what we can see here is we had a bullish push before we have this massive drop to the downside. So the next thing we saw here is we have this linear bullish push to the upside, which breaks structure here about. So what we can notice here is we had, for the past weeks now, we've been having consolidation. This is 1 2 3 4 5. This up to a month now. Price has been within this range, like it's not moving either going to the up or to the downside. Price has been consolidating for the past weeks now, which is up to a month now. So now what I can see here closely now, still I want to see closely examine the market structure to be able to figure out the exact direction the market is really trending to, and also be able to pinpoint what we should be doing in the market. So my essence of sharing this chart with you, just to at least pinpoint what I'm currently looking at in the market and what I'm expecting from this pair. So from the weekly time frame, we're able to figure out that this is the origin that led to the break of structure. So what you can see, after this break of structure, we had previous week of consolidation. Now we are seeing a bullish push, which is more like buyers are stepping in after the weeks of bearish sideways movement. You can see that buyers are stepping into the market. So what are we going to do in this market at this point? Where should we be looking to? Since the market is pushing to the upside, what are we expected to do? Where we're expected to buy now? Where, at what level should we be looking to buy, and how is this consolidation looking at? So at this point, we're going to scale down to the daily time frame to closely examine what the current market structure is really, how the current market structure is really playing. So let's scale down to the daily time frame. So now closely observing, now mind you, this is a daily structure. So what we can see here is we are on the daily time frame. Now what we can see, we have an aggressive bullish push to the upside before we have this massive drop to the. Now what we had here, we had a break of structure to the upside from this level. And once we had a break of structure, now this is a linear push before we have this aggressive drop of candle. Once we had a massive drop, what we anticipate? We anticipate a bullish push to signal a continuation of the bearish, to signal a continuation of the bullish movement, right? Now what we had here, we had a break of structure. Once we had a break of structure, what do we expect from the market? So what we expect here is, now this is our low that led to the break of structure. This is the highest point that price got to. So after a break of structure, what do we anticipate? We anticipate for a retracement. Altogether, what do we expect? We expect a retracement. So what we can see here is, look at the retracement. This is the retracement. So our focus here, what we are really focused on here will be this leg. We are together. So this will be our major focus, because after a break of structure, so what do we expect? We expect a retracement of price to a significant level and a correction to signal a continuation to the upside, What we can see about from the daily time, what we can see, a price has been consolidating within the range, within the daily trading range. So what we are going to do here, we are still going to gradually scale down to the 4-hour time frame to know exactly what the price is really doing within this range. If there's any opportunity to But since the higher time frame is telling that the strength of the momentum is pushing to the upside. So let's get down to the 4 hour. All right. Now let me remove this by again for clarity. See, it's already on the 4 hour. Now what you can see here is this is a hold on. Now what you can see here, this is the base that lead to the break of structure. This is the I, which we had this push that lead to the break of structure. After a break of structure, what do you anticipate? You anticipate a pullback. You can see this pullback. Now once we have this significant pull, what do we expect? We expect a push to the upside to signal a break of this recent high, to signal a continuation of the bullish push. But we have had a failure here. Price begin to push, it create a lower low, which fail to create this break above this structural high. Once we have a break of structure, more like price is consolidating within the range. This is our low and this is our high. What we expect the price to push a significant level before push, but what we are, the case is quite different. We had a what we expect we create a low, a high, a low, a high, and this might not be a linear push, but the overall flow is to the downside, so we had a low. Now currently, what is the direction of the market? What are we expecting from the market now? Now what we can see here is the market has already pushed from this level to the upside. Now the market has already pushed to the upside. So what are we expecting from this market currently? Now, what I'm looking for in this market, or what I'm currently looking at, is I'm looking for more of opportunity. Since we are looking for opportunity to buy, so this is where I really want us to pay attention to. Now, since we are looking for opportunity to buy in this market, now the current direction of, once we scale down to the 4 hour time frame, now since the price is still within a bullish trading range, you can see that the current market direction, the strength of the market is really pointing to is bullish. So what you can see here is this is the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour range, 4 hour trend, like the direction that the 4 hour trend is really pointing to. So the 4 hour structure is giving us a bullish push to the upside. That is a push, signaling that the market is pushing to the upside. Now, this is where I really want us to pay attention to. And the 4 hour time frame is where I really look at for my key level. Where should I be looking to place the trade? Where should I be looking to place my entry, my execution? Where should I be executing from? Where should I be entering the market from? And the daily time frame is where I really point out my structural level, swing level, which is my daily trading range, which we had this low and this previous, we had this low and the high, which price is currently trading within the range. Now what we want to do here is, how do we figure out at what level are we going to take an entry from? So since the market is already, now this is the low, and this range with the range, hold on, sorry. Okay, since what we can see here is, since price is still within the range, you can see that within the range we had a bearish market structure. We had a bearish market structure. So this was the last break of structure. So once we had a break of structure, now what do we expect? We're supposed to buy from the low and expect the market to push out of the range. But what we can see, the market has already pushed from the low to the upside. Okay. But this is not a clear signal. It's not a clear correction pattern. The market want to fully push the other. But all to know here is the market is giving us a bullish structure to the upside. So how should we take our trade? So this is our low. So our current direction where we should be looking at, or our focus should be on this level. This will be our focus. This is where we're going to closely examine to know if we are going to take a buy or not, or where we should be looking to take our buy trade from. So the next thing I want to do here is, once I'm able to identify them, and this is very important. First of all, you need to, as you're scaling down gradually, once you come to the, and to me, the 4-hour time frame give my current market direction, which I should be looking. Now this is where I look for my key level where I should be looking to place trade. And if you closely examine, look at this thing, based on my approach of trading, I will look for major level of, since it's a bullish market, level of demand where I should be looking to place my trade. So what I see here is we had a, if you closely examine, closely look, let me use a bar. We had a demand level here, which most of the time can come up with a boss here. Hold on, sorry, this has previously messed up. So the first zone we should be looking to place the buy trade is, we are looking at this level here. If you closely examine now, you can see that this level is not, the candle will not mitigate it. There's still a bit of gap here. So we should be expecting market to, one of the level, probably market should at least push down here. So the next thing we want to do here, we still want to scale down to the lower time frame to at least see if there's any other level we can expect the market to push. So since our focus is on this push, so next let's observe the 2-hour. So you can see that from the 2-hour, you can see that the 4-hour structure is quite clear from, you can see our zone where we should be looking to place our trade is here. So the next level I can see here is, you can see we have a other low here, that low here. So these are the major levels we should be looking to place our buy trade. So let me quickly share with you. Thank you and peace out.